What's up, gamers? I'm back. So recently we had more leaks come out from El Chico Eevee, who is the most respected and trusted and accurate data miner of Pokemon Unite. Pretty much every time he says something's going to happen, it does. He's predicted most of the Pokemon, including things like Duraludon, which he kind of talks about, which is what led him to this next prediction of what's going to be in the game. I'm super excited about it. I have some thoughts about what I hope they're going to be when they come out, and hopefully they do come into the game. So the first leak we have from him is that the next pseudo-legendary to join the game is going to be Goodra, which I think is freaking sick. We have Dragapult, we have Garchomp, two other pseudo-legendaries. We have T-Tar, he's not a dragon type though. So I mean, he's in there, but he's not a dragon type. So we have a third pseudo-dragon, which is freaking sick. In this one, Copium could be a defender, maybe. So I think it's either going to be an all-rounder or defender. Why I think that? Well, it's got a pretty decent HP stat, and it has a huge special defense stat in-game, which leads me to believe defender type deal, or at least rule out attacker. I think it's a little too bulky to be just regularly an attacker. Dragapult made sense. He's fast with a sky high attack stat and very low HP. So that made sense as an attacker. But Goodra, I just don't think fits the attacker role at all. So maybe we see a special attack all-rounder, or we see another defender, which we haven't seen in a long time. So I know a lot of people will be very excited about. Now, what do I think he would play like? Which is, I think there's the most exciting part about the leaks is that we don't know anything about it other than, hey, he might be in the game. So what I think how he'd play like, if he's going to be a defender, I think they're going to smack on gooey to this bad boy, lower the opponent's speed when it makes physical contact. So this would be kind of a huge issue for things like Machamp, Lucario, and other melee attackers, Garchomp even. If they get hit with gooey, they're just not moving. So it might act kind of like a passive red buff for physical attack and physical contact moves, which would be really, really good against melee characters, but then doesn't really have an effect on ranged characters. So the Pokemon would have, like any mon, varying levels of utility versus each different comp that you play against. So if they have a lot of ranged Pokemon, you're not going to be very, very helpful against them. But if they have a lot of melee, I would imagine if this thing has gooey, it's a defender, it would be able to shut him down a lot, take control of the lane. Because I'm imagining if it's an all-rounder, if it's a defender, you probably don't want to jungle it. So you're probably going to be laning it. So gooey could be really, really good against those early stackers too. Easy to shut them down. If you have a passive red buff, they're making physical contact with you. They can't attack you. So then you attack them for free, or they attack you and they can't move, and now you're able to gang up on them and kill them. So I think gooey Goodra could be a really sick lane defender type deal. And here's the stats why I think that, right? His special defense is 150. Insane. Its HP stat's 90. Like, that's okay. But the special defense stat is insane. So super high. I'm thinking defender, give him something like Dragon Pulse, maybe a grass move because of Sap Sipper, maybe Flamethrower, something like that. But I would imagine Dragon Pulse would be like his most common move if they're going to put him in the game. Like I said, this part's pure speculation, but Goodra being in the game is based off this tweet. The next to a legendary is going to be Goodra. And then he backs that up with why he says that, right? Okay, so this is why he speculates Goodra. In the past, he checked in-game and saw the numbers here. So 884, noise, flare, that's a different one. The stone, so stealth rocks and stuff, and noise. And then he looked at the Pokédex, and Duraludon is 884. So that's how he was able to deduce Duraludon's coming. And now, instead of just the numbers, the files he found straight up say Goodra. And that leads us into the next things we're seeing here. Inteleon, Litwick, and Tropius. So I'm done with Goodra now. We think Goodra's in the game. Let's talk about the next one. So the next one that I'm most excited about, and this is another big, heavy speculation from me, based purely off of Litwick being in the files at all. I think Chandelure could be what we've been waiting for, boys. I think Chandelure could be the bush vision giver. Give him some kind of passive on a cooldown where any bushes in the area reveal if there's anybody in them. Why I think that? Infiltrator. We got the Infiltrator ability. I think they give him Infiltrator in the game. You have some sort of passive. So here he is. He gives you vision on a map, part of the map you wouldn't be able to see. Very cool. I hate bushes. Maybe this is just me trying to manifest this because of how much I absolutely hate bushes. They're cringe. Delete them. But being able to see through bushes, I think, will be huge. And Infiltrator kind of makes sense, right? It ignores Substitute, Reflect, Light Tree, and Safeguard. In game, you set up Substitute, you Shadow Ball, it ignores the Substitute, kills the person. Congratulations, you just lost 25% of your HP from yourself, and Chandelure finishes it off. So I think Chandelure would be like an attacker, maybe a support, but I doubt it because it's rather squishy. I think it would be a range attacker, mage type character with Infiltrator, reveal bushes around the area, and I think that'd be very, very cool. And if that's the case, I think it would have a lot of utility. Now bushes are dead. Crabrave. Finally, moving on to the next one, we have Inteleon. So Inteleon is kind of interesting because I would imagine it would be a range character, but then it has Sniper where its crits are boosted. And again, we don't know that it would have Sniper in the game. I'm just speculating here. I think a crit boosted range character like this would be kind of insane to be a lot of fun. I would play it. I like range characters, unless it's a mage, in which case I'm not very much into that and it's kind of cringe. But this also leads me to believe if they put an Inteleon, they have to put in Big Grookey. I don't even, Rillaboom, right? You have Cinderace, you have Inteleon. Surely if they put in Inteleon, then we would be seeing Rillaboom at some time later, which I think would be pretty cool too. You get another starter trio. Very neat. I don't have as much to say about Inteleon because it seems like it'd be kind of a caster. Not really my type of character. And its ability doesn't really interest me as much. You might just get Torrent like Cinderace has Blaze, I believe. So your moves are powered up when you're at low HP. That's kind of what the starters seem to have. It's pretty reasonable, pretty basic. Probably less likely this will get Sniper. The last one that's leaked is Tropius. So Tropius would be pretty sick, right? It's kind of another, in my opinion, like Trevenant, way out of left field. Nobody would expect Tropius, just like nobody really expected Trevenant. It was like, hey, we remember this Pokemon that nobody remembered. We put it in the game, which I think would be pretty cool. So I don't really have a lot of speculation on this one. So let's do that. Let's check out base stats here. What do we got? Yeah, they're pretty garbage. Yeah, no, they're pretty bad. Base stats are pretty bad. I don't really know what it would be. Maybe just an attacker of some sort. Maybe a support and it gets harvest and you can like create more citrus berries or speed berries or something with the passive on a cooldown. Maybe a support Tropius or something like that. I don't really know what to think about Tropius here. It's kind of its stats are so duty. There's nothing, and it's not like a super popular Pokemon that people use a lot. So there's not anything to really base off of, oh, this would be a tank like Goodra, which is usually or often used as a special wall. So I don't really know what they do with Tropius. Very interesting to see it in the game. Let me know what you guys think about the leaks, what you think about my take, what you think the Pokemon would become. And be sure to subscribe for a tier list tomorrow, baby. I'm going to do a tier list of the most fun Pokemon to play in Unite. That's coming out tomorrow. Be sure to subscribe for that. Peace out.